was totally distracted by these two amazing human beings in my life today, and I right into I didn't get to get the proper start. So I want to welcome Dr. Yomi from Nigeria, as well as Wendy West. And today's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very, very different because of that guy over there from Nigeria.
Yeah.
So, here's the introduction. If Yomi won't distract everyone for a moment and give me like 30 seconds to introduce you, and then you can have the rest of the hour just for you because you've got so much to tell. And so once again, career transformation, hashtag real people, hashtag real conversations, it's really about bringing these incredible voices to this platform so that you get to recognize what's possible in the world because of what other people are doing as well. And yet you always stop distracting me, okay? So, and the key here, though, is enhancing our life, expanding our horizons, and seeing really what other people in this world are doing for us. And this is the exciting part. And I'm very delighted and honored to have met Dr. Yomi, who is an entity in himself. And he's got an incredible story. And we're going to go through four phases of the story today. And take it away, Dr. Yomi.
Oh, thank you. I feel like I'm on top of the world. I feel like I'm out of this planet and I'm seeing the green round. Thank you. And listeners, viewers all over the world, I want to say thank you for waiting and hooking on. My name is Yomi Durojaye. I'm from Nigeria. And like Dr. Bart said, and my sweet lady over here, I'm happy to see you. And that's the beginning of today's activities. Now, I grew up with my sweet mother. I love her so much. She took care of four of us single-handedly, doing different kind of stuffs, chores, sell this, make clothes, bake cake, different stuffs to make sure that we go to school and to make sure that we become somebody in life. And that, I see that often. I said, okay, now I have to do something for this woman. So it was buried inside of me that I want to do something for this woman to take care of her when I finish. And see, it happened. I finished med school. After med school, a month after, she had an accident and she died. That ran my head crazy. I'm always a happy-go-lucky person. If someone is not smiling, I'll be like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong? I get people I don't want to stay around people that are, for whatever reason. So, but I turned into another person for like a year plus. Then one day, I saw a woman who could not pay small amount of money to get drugs. And it struck my mind that I can do something for this woman. If you are not happy, if you want to be happy in life, help someone and then you'll be happy. So I determined that my medical practice, I'm going to use it to help women and children in rural areas, in less developed communities, in hard to reach areas. So I devoted my life for that. And that's what I've been doing over and over and over. Now, because I do that, I do it sacrificing a lot of things. My children got that attitude. So they can sacrifice their last stuff to help other people. It went on. Then I looked at it. My mom helped someone, helped everybody, but did not help herself. So I'm also doing the same thing. Yes, I'm happy, but I'm not doing something good for myself. I'm achieving, but I'm not doing something good for myself. I'm not taking care of my family as much as I should. I teach them to sacrifice and all that. So that gave me an idea that I don't know how to maintain a balance. I don't know how to strike a balance. Then I decided to look for a coach. I decided to look for people that can guide me. I decided to look for personal development materials. I decided that okay, I don't have a father figure I need a father figure. So in my community, there's one man. He's called Dr. Orioke. He reads books. He's a doctor, and he helps a lot of people. So I went to him. I said, I want to be like you. I want to be good. I want to do good for people and still be able to do good for myself. And he said, just watch me. I don't know what to do to you, but just watch me. So while doing that, he would give me books. From one book to another, I got the movie, The Secret. And from that, I said, okay, let me. And that was the only thing I know about coaching. I never had about coaching before. So I enrolled in coaching with Bob Proctor. And then I enjoyed it. It opened my mind up, but I still feel I need more. One day, I was just listening to Ink Radio, Alan Taylor, very excited, powerful guy. If he's talking about anything, he's on top. He's always in the besties. I love him. So he mentioned Peter Diamandis, and then anybody he mentions, I go Google, go to YouTube, listen to them. So he mentioned Peter Diamandis. So I was trying to check for Peter Diamandis. Then I saw a video where one guy, Joe or something, was interviewing Peter Diamandis and a tall, huge guy. I've never seen that kind of person before. Huge, strong, very powerful, and all that. He stood up and he was like a giant.
6'5", right?
What?
He's 6'5". He's 6'5".
Yeah. So he stood up and he talked. He talked about three things. He said, I wake up in the morning, I jump into a cold water to your body wakes up and stuff like that. You don't need five hours exercise. You need just a few minutes consistently. I said, well, I can do that. I can do that. Then I went to Google about him. I decided, okay, I was going to be listening to his short radio every day. And I'm still listening to it till today. It's about steps to breakthrough. It talks about your strategy, your story, and your state. Powerful. I have never had anything like that before. So I started listening to that, and then I googled him, and then he has Robbins Research Institute. They gave us a form. I filled the form. Someone called me. At that time, it was like maybe towards the end of November. So, and the person said, there is this program, he talked to me. I loved the way he talked. And I said, I have to be at this event. At that time, I did not know I was going to get the money, $9,000. But I just said, don't look at the money. When you know what you want to do and you focus on it, you will attract the resources. So anytime I'm thinking about it, how do you get the money? How do you get the money? I push it up. So I filled the form. I told him he should give me 2 weeks. Then 2 weeks, I just got a friend. I said, see, you need to do something for me. You give me 12 weeks. You pay for this stuff. I'm going to pay you back in 12 weeks. Think about it before you say yes. So it took a week. And then he said, Yomi, you've done so much for me. You've done so much for me. I'll do it. But I don't know why you're doing this. What are you going for? Business mastery? What is that? One said, they're just going to collect your money. Okay, just do it. Don't worry. Don't talk about the area we don't agree. Just focus on the area we agree. So he did it, and then when he wanted to pay, he said, "You still want me to go ahead?" I said, "Click send." So he did it, and then that was how I came in. Now, how do I go? Hotel, flight,
Wait. Hold on a second. You're going fast here. So just for reference for everyone, I just want to take one step back before we go forward to Florida, because you're actually in Houston right now. You were just in Florida to an incredible event, and if anybody didn't catch it, it's a Tony Robbins event, Business Mastery. It's one of the most phenomenal events I've ever been to as well. I've been to a whole bunch of those as well, and that was an incredible experience for you. But stepping back, you were sharing with me earlier that you've got this great idea of what it is that you really want to do in Africa. And this is what actually inspired me. And I was very fortunate to be your coach for the Tony Robbins company at the time, and help you through this, and recommend that certain things as well, and so that you can make the connections when you got to Florida. But let's just talk a little bit about this immense, huge, enormous concept you have. And the reason I'm interviewing you too, and I want people to hear this, is that here's a gentleman with a huge spirit, with a huge heart, with these grandiose ideas, And one thing that I know about people when I meet them, I know people who will deliver. And Dr. Yomer is one of those people that will deliver. When he makes up his mind about something, he goes for it. And just the short, things he shared with us earlier today, he makes things happen, but he does it for everyone else. So share with us those big visions because I think it's important.
Okay, thanks a lot. Now, like I said, the pains of my mom's death gave me a big vision that it's huge. It's huge. It's to take care of pregnant women, nursing mothers, and children in hard to reach areas across sub-Saharan Africa. One thing I need to let you know is that sub-Saharan Africa has is about 11% of the world population, and it bears in it, it bears the 24% of disease burden, world disease burden. And listen to this very well. He has 1% of financial resources to take care of people. That is inappropriate. It's not acceptable. And the hardest hit, the people that suffer most are the children and the mothers. Look at this. Every 30 seconds, a child dies in pregnancy, of malaria. And a huge amount of women die in labor because of for preventable reasons, avoidable reasons. So I came up with this idea. I looked at it because I worked in the rural area for long. I did a lot in the rural area. So I identified the key challenges. Women will not come to the hospital if they have any access to any clinic if we don't have the antenatal care, antenatal bag, the gloves, the saline to prevent infection, the all the things that they need, cotton wool that maybe in your own case is already provided by the government or whatever organization. But these things are hugely not available. So I said I can do something. Imagine $10 will provide a tent like mosquito net for a woman and still do some other things. $10. Now you just spend like this. And so imagine what that will do to a pregnant woman. So we have this dream to continuously supply mosquito nets and antenatal bags. Prenatal bags, let me put it the way you understand it. That has all those contents in it, and for them, like this February, we want to start. We don't know the way we're going to do it. We target 5,000 women and 5,000 children. Imagine that we have more cell phones in the world than we have toothbrushes in the world. Cell phone. The number of cell phones in the world, yes. We have more cell phones in the world than we have toothbrushes. And I went to a store yesterday. My friend Debbie took me to dollar shop. $1, 4 toothbrushes, $1. Super toothbrushes, not just anyhow toothbrush. $1 that you throw away, that you used to tip. So what that would do to a child down there is huge. So we are supplying 5,000 toothbrushes, toothpaste, comb, sponges, soap for them this February. This February is huge for us because my mom was supposed to be 71. So we're going to do it on that day. Then Tony Robbins as well is going to be 57. And a friend of ours in the team is also celebrating her birthday as well, Debbie, that we had the interview together 2 days ago. So we are pepped up for it. Now, immediately we finished the discussion yesterday, I went to what do we need? So if I look at what we need, it is no, we can't achieve it. But I started seeing the activity. I started enjoying it. I did not sleep all through night. I've not slept for more than 2 hours in 24 hours because I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, that's what happens when you go to a Tony Robbins event and the days after when you're processing. And anybody listening, if you've never had a chance, it's an absolutely wonderful experience. I have a question for you, Yomi. You're talking about women and children in Nigeria with the challenges. And so, if I understand you correctly, it's the mosquitoes is the one problem. the other problem is the prenatal care. And you mentioned there's like four problems. What are the other two preventative things?
Okay, for the children, dental hygiene. Hygiene is a major problem
So
for
that's
the
number.
children.
And what would number four be, just so that everybody is clear on that?
Okay, for the number four will be provision of drugs for them, basic drugs for them. Yeah.
Okay. Now I know that because we've been talking about we talking about, okay, let's focus on the smaller picture
Okay.
that you have, and that's the most immediate one, something that you want to do within the next month, which is awesome. And we'll talk a little more about that and how people can actually support you if they want to, because it's a beautiful cause. But you have even a bigger picture than that. And what is that picture?
Okay, I want you to listen very well to this because I've composed this sentence over and over and over and over again. The big picture is I am in the business of changing the face of healthcare in Africa, leveraging on exponential technology that have been flooded to us right now. We can't catch up with it. But if we don't use them, if we use them, it's going to make healthcare to be accessible. It's going to make healthcare to be affordable, and it's going to make it to be fully available. I look at it in three ways. The way Peter described exponential growth. It's going to dematerialize healthcare. It's going to demonetize it, reduce the cost, and it's going to also democratize it, make it available for everyone. I love those words because look at it. Years back, to get a GPS, I don't know the cost. The first GPS was costing like millions of dollars, but now it has been dematerialized, democratized, demonetized. Is available just one click. In fact, it comes with your phone. So the same way, that's the way we want to leverage on those exponential technologies to make sure that healthcare is available for everyone.
And of course, he's thinking of a concept which is also what's called a distribution model. And like with many of the incredible successes in this world and progress, and you're looking from the steam engine to the motor vehicle, then to the railroads, and then the internet. I got that order backwards, but and now you have things like FedEx, UPS, and
Yeah,
Amazon.
yeah.
Those are distribution models. And so you're also talking about a very specific distribution model, which is having these rapid clinics.
Response clinic. Rapid. Let me say a little about that.
Yeah.
Okay, say a little about that. Now, I cite an example. Now, if you want to do an ECG before, you have to set up a huge machine, attach something to somebody's chest, right? And then a lot of wires and all that, including Holter's monitor. You do that, it carries it for like 24 hours. But there is a technology now that it's just like a chip, and it does the ECG. It can go, it's affordable, it can go around, it's getting more readily available, and a whole lot of things. Before, now here, you take a blood sample, you want to do maybe full blood count, you take a blood sample, you tell the woman is shaking, you don't know what to give and stuff like that. You tell the woman to hold on, she holds on, you take the blood to the laboratory, spend a lot of time, and then come back, write prescription medicine before you give. But now you can do what we call point of care diagnostic, and we do your blood picture in no time. All these things have to be available at the rural area. They can use solar energy. In fact, some of them you don't need too much of technology. Can you imagine you go to the village where they don't have water and you see someone with iPad? Technology is becoming all over. The essential things, we are not focusing on it. And that's what we want to make sure we do. In Rapid Response Clinic, it's going to continuously leverage, not just we leverage it on it now, because the exponential technology will continue. We continuously review and leverage on it. Like what they said at Tony Robbins, I think, see continuous, I forgot the way it is. I think it's continuous and never ending improvement. Yeah. So that's what I am immersed in that. I am immersed in it. I don't know how to express it, but it's in me. It's what's floated through my head all the day. And I'm going to achieve it. I know. I know. I know.
So that's when you took your first step. And your first step was, I'm going to get $9,000 and I'm going to come to the United States. And you and I talked a little bit beforehand. And we're going to talk a little bit about that later on. But just tell us how your journey began in Florida, because I don't think everybody knows this, and it's quite extraordinary.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Which one?
So you got on an airplane from Lagos, and then
Very,
take a step
very.
up, okay? Because I think it's an extraordinary journey.
Okay. I got on the plane. I had my credit card with me. It was a flight of 6 hours to Dubai, and I was supposed to wait in transit for like 14 hours. So I got to Dubai, hoping that okay, let me connect to the internet. I need to pay to connect to the internet in that hotel. So I went to the internet. So he said it's $15. Okay, I said, oh, give me like 2 hours, like $30. Then I stuck in my credit card, declined. Oh, wow. I said, why? I know that there was money there, but I tried. I went all around. I went to the POS. Maybe is your stuff that is not working. Let me go and use the ATM. I used all the ATMs around. Declined. This one declined. This one declined. This one declined. That was enough to reduce my state. That was enough to disillusion me, because there won't be any money to eat. There won't be any money to do anything. I won't be connected to the to internet. I don't have any access to any information. I'm just there, stuck for hours. How am I going to do it? Okay, I said maybe it's Dubai. You know Dubai. Dubai. When I get to America, everything will be sorted. I'm sure. The US, great country, God's own country. All right, but I had to connect to the internet, so I need to mention this. So I went into my room and I knelt down. I was meditating. Something said, "Go downstairs, talk to anybody to give you credit." I don't like asking for things. I should go downstairs. And the thing was, go downstairs. I was kneeling, get up, go downstairs. So I stood up and I went downstairs. As I was getting down, I saw one guy, he's a Nigerian. I said, "See, please, I'm sorry for this." I tried to be polite as much as possible because I don't want him to give me insult and stuff like that. I said, "Could you please give me your password? Can I use your internet while we're here?" He said, "So, how did you plan to pay before?" So I had to start all the story all over again. He said this and this. Eventually, he agreed. So I used his internet. I was able to connect. So we got to Dubai, to the US with excitement. Okay, I got to Orlando. I wanted to get Uber. My car declined again. There was no way to move. So I called someone. I said, "I don't know how I'm going to move." His name is Leke. He lives in Tampa. I told you about one young boy that lives in Tampa. He's a man. He has a family now. But then I've known him for like 20 years. So I said, "I'm not supposed to ask you for this, but I'm stuck in Orlando." He said, "Uncle, don't worry. I'll get Uber for you." He got Uber. He got a bus. And then I got myself in the hotel. So I got to my hotel, hoping that because I've used the card to make reservation. So I expected them to have deducted the money from, and it wasn't refused when I did that. They said, "Okay, swap your card." Then I swiped the card. Then I understood it. And I said to myself, now, you must be in the best state of mind. I called Leke again. Leke, see, you have to do something crazy now. You're going to pay for this. And I'm going to tell them to do a transfer to you at home. I can't call right now. I don't have internet. So the guy did it. He did it without stress. He came all the way from he couldn't come. He came all the way from Tampa, maybe on the fourth day. I said, "Just do this. I'll have breakfast. That breakfast will serve as the whole day food. So I took breakfast and I took the breakfast very well. I went to the guy that is giving us breakfast the following morning, the first day. I wore my Agbada. Mind you, my coach, Dr. Bart, had already told me, can you put on your native attire? I was planning to wear suits. I need to look like I was wear suits, t-shirts, stuff like that. And but wear your native clothes. Okay, I'm going to wear my native clothes. I'm going to make native stuff for people. I don't know them. I don't know who. I'll give them. I'm going to make for Tony and the wife as well. I went for. So I made a big, what we call a dada big. If you see me in it, I'll show you. I'll send a picture to you. You need to see the picture, you will be. So
I
I
see it.
wore. You already see. Oh, so I wore the clothes, excited, not thinking there was no money. I had more money here. So I got to the breakfast, took what I wanted to take, ate very well, enough to, I think, can carry me till evening. Then I went to the man, said, can I take some bread and some stuff? Said, no, it's not allowed. But you can do it. Okay, thank you. I took some stuff, I put it in the bag, then I left. As I came out, I didn't know how to go because there was no shuttle, wasn't guaranteed in the hotel. I stood out. Someone saw me. Oh, I got Uber. Do you want to join me? I like your clothes. Can I take pictures with you? I said, yes. This is from Nigeria. This is called Agbada. It's for the chiefs and stuff like that. And he said, come inside. I entered. That was how I started the day. Then we got to Tony Robbins.
So
You
wait,
can't come.
so just to recap, here's a fellow who decided that reading these amazing individuals that think boldly, he decided to think boldly, no money, finds money to go to business mastery, finds out he has no money traveling, and you know what? It doesn't stop him. And now he's going to the most amazing event he's ever been to. So what happened at Business Mastery?
So I got to the place. See, I noticed something. In anything you want to do, even if you are an expert, there is always your monkey that will want to come and tell you it's not possible. Imagine me with that energy coming out with free ride stuff. I got to the front of the door where there were over 1,500 people, 99.9% white. You turn this way, this way. I said, see, you need to break through this. You need to make yourself. So I stood, I saw a lady behind me. I told her, I said, I saw, and I looked at the car that's in the bar. I'll look back, I'll be like, she doesn't answer. I just said, this is Yomi from Nigeria. Laura, nice meeting you. She goes, okay, I'm Laura, I'm from Australia. I said, wow, you are from Nigeria? Yes, we want to do something in Africa. We would like to work with you. And somebody that has not seen me before. Then I said, wow, is it that easy? Wow, let me go ahead. Said, I like your spirit. You're gonna sit with us. The lady said, this is my husband, Mark. I'm going to run inside, get a seat for Yomi. Within 1 minute, she connected with me straight. And she goes, she got a seat, she goes, she did everything. She goes, everything she's doing, she bears me in mind. So I brought out my picture, but I said, this is your opportunity. Take the chance. I brought out my picture, but I have a big picture book that shows all the activities I've been doing, those pregnant women, I brought it out. And I said, this is what I do. I said, wow, this is what we want to do. There then goes someone else on the right side from Canada. She's Dawn, and the husband is Mark. They said the daughter wants to come to Africa to do healthcare for children. I said, that is what I do. I'll be able to help out. So we will work with you and all that. Then he looks as if the world has opened. I didn't know that. That's just the beginning. That's just the tip. So everybody was around me. Then Laura said, let's go around. Let's show people this. Let's go around and show people this picture. And everybody will be excited. Let's tell them to just connect with it. So we started going around from one person to the other. They said, oh, everybody will be like, oh, let's take pictures. Who wants to do this? Give me your card. I have up to 300 cards to complimentary cards. I want to do this. I want to do. I want to. So then we met a lady. I changed the whole thing. She said, I am. What can we do to support? What can I do to support? I said, well, because of my monkey, I don't like asking for help. I said, well, we need this, we do this, we do this. So you can give up, you can support with some supplies. The lady said, and some funds. He needs money for this project. I said, yeah. So that ended the day.
First day, right?
That the first day. Then the following day, I was happy. Oh, I started writing their names down. I was so happy that, oh, this thing can happen and all that. Then that morning I knelt down. I was meditating. I just said, guide me. How do I go about this? Lead me to a group. Okay, they divided us into teams. Into teams. You have a team and you're supposed to do a project to benefit the environment. So I did. My team was still figuring out what we're going to do and stuff. So I thought of it that if a team can come together and support this project and take it as their own project, it will be a fantastic thing. So I said that prayer in the morning. I said, lead me to a team. And I woke up. I said I was going to be going from one team to the other. I went to this team, said, yeah, okay, well, it's a beautiful thing. But we got some idea. Some will say, okay, we'll discuss it. Some will say this and all that. Then somebody came. This is the only chief in that event. I made him a chief because I gave him a badge. His name is Dick Crick. He said, he just came, pulled my clothes, and come, someone wants to see you. Took me to Laura, so he took me to Debbie, and Debbie said, our team has decided that this morning she got a nudging that their team should use me as their project. Said,
Let me jump in for a moment before you talk about Debbie, just so people understand, put this in perspective. The Business Master event is a wonderful event for entrepreneurs and business people how to totally exponentially expand their business with a lot of psychology and insights and great speakers. And it's an amazing resource. And one of the things with 2,000 participants there, the idea is that you get in groups. And I don't know if you are assigned groups or not, but you participate in groups. And the assignment is you have to add value to the group. You have to add value to the whole event. And so that's why people are looking for opportunities to add value. And of course, that's why they discovered Yomi, Dr. Yomi, because of all the things that he wants to do. And so then you met Debbie, which is a wonderful story as well. And what I like you to do, Yomi, is just talk a few more minutes about that. And I'd like to hear some of the things, some of the specific takeaways that you got from Business Mastery. And then I want to jump in back into what it is that you're planning to do, because I think it's important for people to appreciate that what happened in Business Mastery, that there were a lot of people that got really excited about what you're doing. There are a lot of people out there that want to help you. There's a lot of people in this world that want to do things, but simply just don't know where to go. And one of the reasons of this platform is specifically to bring new voices, new solutions to this platform so that people can discover someone like yourself and say, hey, you know what? I really like this guy. I like this crazy, Nigerian Dr. Yomi, because you are crazy. You're awesome, and you've got to you're someone. You're kind of serious right now, but you're an amazing guy. And what I love about this is that I want people to find you and connect with you, because as they help you, you also help them, and you help a lot of other people. Platform is all about making those connections, creating this network, is creating this community, so we all can work together to create a better world. So just spend a couple of minutes on your experience with Debbie, because she's an important part. That's Debbie Martella from Florida Pet Calibrations, and she's one of your sponsors now. Go ahead, next few minutes, and then we'll diving into your plan.
Okay, so then the activity started. Debbie said, we're going to do this. We're going to start putting up, going around, putting up those activities together. We want you to do this. We want to support you. We want to make this project work. We love this and all that. So that was how we started. Then they started going around. Everybody started going around, soliciting for be a part of this. And we got a sheet of paper, something like this. I'm going to show it to you now. Different people signed. We love, we love, we support healthcare, good healthcare for pregnant women in
Move it
Africa.
back a little bit, Yomi, so we can see it. A little further back. There you go. A little closer. Perfect. There you go.
So I have like a couple of hundreds of people that signed this, and I'm going to read it out to people, those women, and say that, okay, Shirley from Colorado supports you and all that. It wants to things like that. They'll be excited. It's ordinary paper, but love from across the ocean is coming out to them. So we started doing that, and then there goes Debbie said, "You can't be doing this. Cut the container, so take it around, following me." I said, he needs money. He needs money. This is someone who is an accomplished business person, and all the other guys there, Dick, Ariana, Trisha, and Karen, and Joey, and all of them just came together, and everything started turning. Everything started turning. I became everywhere. People will just come to me. So we heard about you. Please take a picture with me. I'm going to do this. Get my card. You call me. You make sure you call me. You're an amazing person. I said, what? I don't know you. So yeah, different stuff started changing. Then we achieved that the moment we started doing that. All the team members said, this must not stop here. We have to take this further. We will set up this, and we have to set up a foundation. We have to do something that will last long, that will affect a whole lot of people. Let's see what we can start with. And that was how it started. On the last day, Debbie said, you know me? In the middle of the night, the white lady who doesn't know me from anywhere took me to her house, just sent a message to the husband, and at about 1 a.m., brought me inside and they put me in a beautiful castle. I was like, is this dream or what? It's unbelievable. Debbie said, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I just feel inside of me that I must do this. Then I got to their house in the morning. I connected straight with his husband, very sweet, wonderful person. They said, I'm now a member of your family. And they said, I'm sure I'm going to see you soon. They said, you have to be coming very frequent because I want to take you to places. I had a sweat time. I was blown away. Took me everywhere, took me to hospitals, all the people in the hospital came out, took shots with me, they got my contact, we like your project, and everywhere I go, it was just a new set of things. But you know the beautiful thing, she did not see it as she's giving out. She said, because of you, my life changed. Because of you, it looked as if everybody now comes to say hi to me. Then I wanted to go. The daughter, Jay, said, I don't want you to go. So I said, don't worry, I'm going to go and I'm going to come back. That was a wonderful thing for me. She took me like we've known forever. Everybody that heard about it was like, what? That's stranger means danger. What are you doing? You have a little girl in the house. You're bringing a man from Africa into the house in the middle of the night. That's super risky.
So here's what's true. I mean, you're proving this over and over again, and as I know you very, very well by now. And there are a lot of beautiful people in this world, and I'm actually looking at another one in Wendy, and she's got a beautiful soul and has so many things. And what's great, what's exciting for you, Yomi, is that you went to an amazing event where there's a bunch of beautiful people and a lot of people who want to contribute in ways that they don't even know how. And so you're providing them a great gift to opening a channel. And actually, this is a story for another day, and I'm not going to share it today because I don't want to take away from you. But I've been working in the humanitarian world and actually got nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize for some of the humanitarian work I've done. My passion is also making it possible for people to succeed, making it possible for people to do these kinds of things. And so I actually put my project aside for a while, doing other things. And so that's why I'm very passionate today that you're connecting with so many people and using this interview on Facebook to really find more people that will want to participate in what you have. And but before we go into that, and we have a bit of a time constraint. We have about 12 minutes left, I think. I want you to share a brilliant story. And when you go to Business Mastery, you learn a lot of different things about business psychology and developing a culture, what raving fans are, and different ways to optimize business and a whole bunch of different things. But there's one part, when Tony Robbins talks about we got these 4 buckets in life. And there's one bucket that you chose that you want to talk about. And so you raised your hand, with 2,000 people. And let me tell you this, Yomi was telling me, he normally is a very shy person. He's usually a very humble person and keeps to himself. And this completely has changed it. And so here with 2,000 people in this audience, he puts his hand up and he tells a story. This story is amazing. Can you share that with us?
Yeah, I learned to sacrifice from my mom because she will give me everything and not give anything to herself. So that has been the attitude, and I've passed it across to my children. 3 children: David 8, Oriofe 6, Williams 3. Last year, the noise in the house was buy bicycle for us, buy bicycles for us, buy bicycles for us, and I'll be like, that's luxury. You can use that for something else. And if I have money to take them out on a maybe lunch or something, I'll be like, if you're going, you can use that to support someone else. And then you eat in the house. I was depriving myself, my family, of a whole lot of stuff. And I will give other people. And that is just the culture. That's just me. It was but when Tony said you have this basket that you need to put something in, and what you put into it is the taking care of yourself, taking care of your family. When you're able to do more for yourself, you're able to do more for others. So I just closed my eyes. I said, Tony is going to call me and I'm going to say this openly so that I can buy those bicycles for them. So last year, let me go back. Last year, I wanted to buy the bicycle for them. Then comes a need to help someone who needs money to take care of delivery and stuff like that. When there is a need, when someone requests for a need, the first thing that goes is your mind goes to where you have whatever you have, and then you start to rationalize. I was like, this is the only thing I have right now, and it's for the children to buy the bicycles. So I said, we have to buy the bicycles. I decided that. So I called them and I told them that we need to use this money to help this woman, and we will not be able to buy the bicycles again. And they agreed. Young children agreed like that. It's just a art thing. It's already in them. Nobody crying and saying, no, no. 3-year-old, maybe some of them have been, I know, David has been dreaming about riding a bicycle. Has fallen down on the bicycle several times in the dream. So I did that, and we couldn't buy the bicycles. I couldn't buy the bicycles up till the time I went to Business Mastery. I decided I was going to come out openly and say it, and that I was going to take my family out on a date, on a lunch, and a whole lot of things for myself. Then when I finished, I felt like, oh, that's all myself. You didn't talk about anything about people. In fact, someone came to me and said, I judged you. You are from Africa. You cannot talk about the challenges of other people. I felt very bad. That night was almost crashing. But you remember, I have said no damn time. As it was coming, making me to suck, not wanting to relate to people, I get out again. Making me to suck. This lady will be saying the same thing. This guy will be saying the same thing. Then there goes somebody came to me and said, "You changed my life. You changed my life. We need to take care of ourselves. And I'm going to buy the bicycles for your children. Then that's to make us go to the superstore, pick the bicycles, super bicycles, automatic for them, and call me. I'm going to give my credit card." Another person came, wrote a note, gave me money. Another person came, did that was how it is. Someone came and said, "I want to invite you on a vacation." Wow, that was how. Yeah. And then I started feeling good, but I still feel bad occasionally until I spoke to my coach and said that was good. And right now, I think I feel good about it because I've taught them valuable culture. They can sacrifice anything, but then I need to take care of them. So it's a message to the world as well. You need to do things. Don't think about yourself only, but then you still need to think about yourself. It is when you are alive and well that you can take care of other people. It's a big lesson for me, and it's a transformational lesson for me.
And here's what's amazing, and you're proving it over and over again. Your primary focus is to make a difference in this world, to make an impact, and not just in a small way, but in a big way. You're willing to sacrifice yourself. You're willing to take chances that no one else will take. And if you find yourself in almost impossible situations and say to yourself, "Hey, I'm just going to get in state. I'm going to get another strategy. I'm going to get another story," and then move forward. And it's all this good vibration, this good faith, this good mindset, great mindset, powerful mindset that is also so focused on everyone else. And people like that. And that's what was so awesome because, we all want to do great things. We all want to do good things. Deep down in everybody's heart, is my opinion, we really want to do great things. But there's so many things that stop us. There's so many reasons that we don't move forward. Maybe, and they're all legitimate in one way or another. They all make sense,
Yeah.
but it doesn't necessarily make you feel good. And so when someone like you comes along and opens up the door, make it actually quite easy for somebody to make a difference in somebody else's life and make it real. And this is why I'm so excited to have you here today so that people get to meet you. You're not just some sort of advertisement on a website or some sort of commercial on the TV. Yomi is the real deal. And we've only known each other for about a month and a half now. And I get tears in my eyes just talking about with you what we actually going to be doing in Africa and the lives that we're going to change. And I'm so excited that you've met so many people. Why? Because you were your authentic self. You wore your native clothing when you were there, and people got the opportunity to meet with you. And when you meet this guy, by the way, and Wendy, I wish you could meet him, but I see your smiles all the time when you can understand what he's saying, right? Uh, because he's so passionate, and so let's talk about your passion about the upcoming project, and let's
Okay.
clear so that people really can understand what to do. I know you have a website. We'll have to, people will be able to connect with you on Facebook. There's a lot of people that want to work. And what I would say to anybody listening, listen to what Yomi has to say, Dr. Yomi has to say, and make a decision as you're hearing what he shares and experience his passion and be carried along with his passion and make that decision now. Says, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Make that decision, take that action, and let Dr. Yomi know what you're willing to do. Yomi, go ahead and share what the plan is.
Okay, so the plan is to reach out to 5,000 pregnant women and 5,000 children over 3 days. This the end of this month, and we're looking at contributions. We look at 50,000 to reach $50,000. That's what we want to raise within the next few days, because we need to get doing things. In fact, we've started doing things. We not without the money, so we need to get on. Now, I wanted to do something, listeners and viewers, to achieve anything. If you believe in it, take prompt, massive action. When I discussed this with you yesterday, over the interview 2 days ago, I decided I've put everything, I've catalyzed everything. Actions have started. People have started as if it's going to happen tomorrow back home. The message has gone down to the community. I've set up a team, advocacy team has gone to that community. They already know. They are getting to know, and the key people are already getting to know. So we want to employ you to go to Dr. Bart. Please, there is a link that I sent to you to you on a messenger now. Please, can you able to copy it and put it out? You can pay, you can donate through that, and you can also donate. You can also send, if you have, maybe you want to give us huge number, 5,000 toothbrushes, 5,000 small bags. If you want to give us that, you can also send it. You can also send a mail to us, or hook up on Facebook on any of the information that we're going to put, and tell us, okay, we want to send it, but you have to send it to Nigeria. so those are the things. And we have very limited time. We have 3 to 4 weeks. And see, I need to tell you that whether I want to do it or not, it's going to be done. And the beautiful thing is this: you're going to see it, the activities in audio, in pictures, and in every way. You'll see it on as it's happening. We'll make sure that as it's happening, you see it live on Facebook and all the social media. Awesome. And then we also make sure that everybody is able to follow on. You will see a message from some of those women in their language to say big thank you to you, and your life will never remain the same, because when you impact lives, you change somebody's story, you feel good. That's the real fulfillment in life.
That is absolutely beautiful and wonderful. And so again, for anybody listening in now or later on, and even if it's after February, Dr. Yomi needs all the help that he can get. And so just reach out to him by Facebook Messenger. Even if you can't contribute something, maybe you can contribute some ideas. Maybe you can contribute some connections. Maybe you know someone that will be willing to help him. Maybe you know somebody that has a lot of discretionary income, so extra cash. To help him, because $50,000. What it does, it's 5,000 nets. Each of those nets is about $5. Retail it's about $8.49. I checked it out on Walmart the other day. It's a prenatal bag, with basic essentials. And like Yomi was saying early on, when women don't have these things, they're not going to go to the hospital. Toothbrushes is huge. So whatever it is that you can do, and check out the GoFundMe. It's all managed by Dr. Yomi as well. And he'll keep on reporting to you and letting you know what's possible. We all need to come together in things like this. And so I'd like to wrap it up. I really want to thank you, Dr. Yomi, and Wendy, of course, my producer. I'm Dr. Bart Rademaker, prescription for your transformation. # real people, # real conversations, bringing to you the amazing people all over the globe that are doing remarkable things, doing extraordinary things, ordinary people doing extraordinary things for you and us to make this world a better place. Once again, tapping into that collective wisdom, creating a generative collaboration, and tapping into our authentic genius and living the life that you desire. So thank you once again, and I'll be back tomorrow with 2 shows. I'm very excited about that. And Dr. Yomi, once again, you're amazing, you're extraordinary, and I can't wait to see you do all the things.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you.
It was such a pleasure to meet you.
It's meeting you too. Bye.